Hello, I'm Captain Phoenix and welcome to my corner. In this video I'm gonna present and talk about this record, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road with Elton John, because today, the 5th of October 2023, it's exactly 50 years ago since this record was released. And since it's one of the best pop rock albums in my collection, I like to tell you a little about it, some of the songs, and also in the end of the video, I'm going to suggest you which version, which release of this great album that I think you should look for. So hang on. The 1970s was a great decade for Elton John and lovers of his music, because in the 70s he released some of his best, or I think you can say his best albums. In 72 he released Hunky Chateau and Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, which you can see up here. So he was very well doing when he made this album. It's a double album, as I mentioned, and he has a very good backing for this album and for the two that was released before, and also the next 4 or 5 albums. And here we have them: Elton John, of course, on the piano, and his Bernie Taupin, the lyric writer behind all the songs here. So Bernie Taupin and Elton John worked together all since the beginning. And he has here Davy Johnstone on guitar, Lee Murray on bass, and Nigel Olsen on drums. And they really was a tight band, really played well together, and the band does what the backing band is supposed to do. It really makes a good background, a good foundation for Elton John, his piano playing and his singing. So everything works really well together here. I think also the tunes and the lyrics are great, with one exception. I'll get back to that. But yeah, let's have a look at what's on Goodbye Yellow Brick Road here. Side one kicks off with 2 songs that are woven together. The one goes over into the other, and the one is "Funeral for a Friend." It's an instrumental tune. The title, I think, says what it's about, and Elton John really hits that atmosphere on the tune, "Funeral for a Friend." And then goes over until "Love Lies Bleeding," a song about a love that didn't last. So it's a little bit melancholic, but it's a really a great song. Like many of the others on this album here, it's up, not up tempo, but it's a lively. It's got a good beat into it, so it really rocks here. And the third song on side one is the one that's best known on the album, and probably the best known Elton John song at all. It's "Candle in the Wind." It's the tune that he wrote to Marilyn Monroe, and it's a great tune. He also rewrote it and wrote some extra verses when Lady Di was lost her life much too soon, and for her funeral. So he took up the song again and rewrote it and performed it at that sad occasion. And the last tune on side one, you can see the index here. That's Benny and the Jets. It sounds like it's a live recording, but it's not. It's a studio recording, but they have added some applause and things, and that's about that's a really a funky tune about this imaginary performer, Benny, and her band, the Jets. Like with some other of Elton John's albums, there's a lot of extra or good illustrations here, and here we see Benny and the Jets in here, and the lyrics are there, so you can really enjoy the record. And that's one of the things that is so great about vinyl records. Not only do you get the music and a good quality, you also get this this very expanded. It's a threefold here, expanded cover with lyrics, with drawings, pictures, and so that's nice to have at least while you listen to the record. Side 2 of the album starts with the title track, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. It's a great song. Again, a song about leaving the path of being famous, I think, or leaving a path of life that somebody else controls, and go back to the roots, go back to where you came from. Maybe not geographically, but mentally, at least. I think it's a really a great tune, a great title track for this great album. Then comes a song called "The Song Has No Title," which is the title of the song, of course. So it's a little bit funny, but it's a little in between. But it's a nice tune. And then comes one of the big what can we say, rockers of this album, Grey Seal. We see here Grey Seal, which really rocks and really is another up tempo song here. Then we get to the second to last tune on this side 2, and that's Jamaica Jerk Off, and that's, I think, it's the only tune that really doesn't fit so well, and it's not a very good tune. The lyrics are not so deep as many of the others, but there's an Jamaican atmosphere over it, and the band performs well. It's not that, but it's just not at the level which so many of the other songs here. So, but once a week tune and on a double album with like 16 tracks, I think that's okay. I think Mr. Elton John did well. The first record ends with I've Seen That Movie Too. It's a song about I think it's about being fooled or being betrayed by your lover, and she is, or the lover, the partner is trying to act, but Elton sings that I've seen that movie too. I know that game, so you can't fool me here. So even though it's a bit melancholic, I think it's a great tune as well. And so all the tunes here vary between optimistic tunes, tunes that are a little sad, and it's really a wide span of the themes that are taken up here. So now we get into side 3 and side 4 of this great album. And I'd say, even if it had been a single album with the 8 tunes that I've just gone through, it would have been a great release. But there's more to come. On side 3, and side 3 is maybe the least great part of the album, but it starts with a Sweet Painted Lady, a song about a prostitute. It's a little it's slow, and it's the singer sleep with this Sweet Painted Lady, and so it's not sad, but it's of course a little sad theme maybe. Then comes the ballad of Danny Bailey, and there's even an indication of it that he lived from 1909 to 34. I understand that it's a fictional figure, but it's a good rock song, and it's followed by "Dirty Little Girl," more bluesy, a more bluesy song, and it ends with a great rocker. All the girls love Alice. I think he sings "All the young girls love Alice." So it's maybe a little touch on sexuality here. I don't know, but it's a great rock song, and we see inside here, as there are illustrations to all the tunes. Here we see the lyrics and the illustration for "All the Girls Love Alice." And then we get into the last, the fourth side of the album, and it really kicks off. Elton John is not done here. It really kicks off. It starts with 2 songs that blend together, and it's "Your Sister Can't Twist, But She Can Rock and Roll," which goes seamlessly over to "Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting," and these 2 songs are very good dance songs. up tempo, really steady rock and roll, really good on the dance floor. Yeah, when this was released, I was 14, 15 years old. I was just starting to get to parties and to dance. Um, so it was there's been danced a lot to that here, and later when I started making tapes, mixtapes or dance tapes, this one was sure to be on that one on the tapes as well. Yeah. Then it continues with Roy Rogers, a ballad. We go down in tempo here, a nice ballad, a little nostalgic maybe, and then social disease about well, it could be about drinking too much and having an addiction, but it still has some optimism in itself. So that's themes that blend together in many of the lyrics here. A little sadness and a little optimism, a little melancholy, and yeah. So it spans wide here. And then it ends with harmony, which is a tune about finding harmony. Um, a good closer. It's very soft. It's a ballad. It's about the urge to find a balance, an inner balance, an inner harmony. So yeah, we end in a very calm way on this great album. Elton John continued to make several good albums here after this Caribou and the one here. There we are. Um, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. But I really like this one almost just as much as that, and I really like that all this the lyrics, all the drawings we get, all this we have to look at, especially when you're like 15 or 16 years old, when you get it like I was. I have all this to look at and sit and read and really take in while the music was playing. And that's one of the good things about vinyl records, that you get these possibilities. So a great album. I can really recommend it. Really seriously recommend it. And if you don't know it, if you don't have it, I suggest you give it a listen. I can see that my copy here, I put on a little badge or a little label here, which I where are we here, from my home address with my parents down on the bottom there, and that means that yeah, I got it in like 76, I think 75 or 76. This one is a British pressing. It's not a first pressing or anything. It sounds okay. It has been played a lot. So last year I thought that I would upgrade a little, and because it's a little bit worn, my record player at that time was not the best maybe. So I bought this one, which I suggest that you look for if you are interested in this album, or even if you have it already and want a good sounding one. This is a 2014 remaster by Bob Ludwig, one of the great mastering gurus, mastering masters, and the Mastered for Vinyl by Doc Sachs, which is another great name in that. I don't know how they split the work between them, but it's made from the original analog tapes, so it's the real McCoy. This one it's the same threefold like the one I had already, so it's just the same good looking album. So congratulations to Elton John for the 50 years of this album, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. His I think his final tour around the world these years, and it has been so well deserved for him to retire in good order. This album still stands. The 50 years since it was released has not devaluated it, so it's a strong album. Thank you for listening and for watching and for your time. I hope you could use some of the information in this video, and I'll be happy to see you back next time. Thank you.